guys, Yoda Code 43 here today with another tour and drive for you. This is the 2010 Nissan GT-R. Let's take a little walk around. So let me tell you about this one in the meantime. Basic specs for the car. It's a 3.8 liter twin turbo V6 known as the R35 GT-R. This is Nissan's flagship sports car, following after the departure of the R34 GT-R after the 2002 model year. These came out in 2007, and if I recall correctly, they're still running today in 2022, or they may have just ended in 2021. They were split into 3 generations: 2007 to 2011, 2012 to 2017, I believe, and then 2017 to current. Really, the main thing that changed between all of them is the front bumper and the front lights. Perhaps some hood reshaping as well, but those are the main parts that changed for being able to tell the difference between one and another. So other basic things about the car. I told you about the engine. Curb weight's a little over 3,800 pounds. 0 to 60 happens in 4 seconds flat. It's a 6-speed dual clutch automated manual transmission. Gosh, it is just sharp looking. I've learned from the owner of this car that really the test bed for these was the Infiniti G35 fitted with the all-wheel drive system and the high-performance engine and whatnot. And you can see it right from the roof line. The way that it cuts back here at the back window screams G35. And just the whole cabin is pushed so far rearward. We'll get around the driver's side and I can show you a little better. It has the distinct kind of sports shape of a Z car, like a Z33 or Z34, 350 or 370Z, but also kind of has the Infiniti flavor to it. This particular one is all stock apart from a set of mid pipes, as I was told, for a little extra exhaust flow. And it's not loud, but it certainly makes some noise. It has aftermarket mufflers on it as well. It has a second generation front bumper on it from 2012 plus. You can see these are the slots where the daytime running lights would go, if I recall correctly, or the fog lights otherwise. And it is a debadged grille, doesn't have the GT-R floating in the front like they usually do. It also has legitimate carbon fiber fenders on it, which are awesome. They really add to the mean appearance of this particular car. Then the wheels are 20-inch flow-formed wheels. They look like a 5-spoke version of the Volt TE37. I was told they're also not made anymore. And then it has Michelin Pilot Sport tires on it, 345/30 ZR20s in the rear. Yes, they're 20-inch wheels all around, and a 295/35 up front. Has these awesome nostrils on the hood, which actually when you open the hood you can see exactly where the venting goes down. I'm guessing directed towards the turbos to help cool them. And man, this thing is just packed with all sorts of fresh tech, even for 2010. Granted, it's pre-Bluetooth, so it doesn't really have a modern stereo in that sense, but the whole infotainment system, all the information it tells you about the car, it's really kind of awesome. Door handles are pretty unique. This key here allows you to unlock or lock the door if you're holding the key in your pocket. And the handle itself, you push in where the dots are here, the dot matrix is. Grab it and pull. So we'll show you around the interior quick. Door panels are pretty typical of what you'd expect Nissan of this era, apart from the brushed aluminum trimming here. Your door handle release here. Door pocket basket. It's Bose audio. It's actually a really awesome sound system. The GT-R steering wheel has all your audio and cruise controls on it. The seats are suede and leather mixed. They're a bit tight for me, as I'm not a small person, but actually they fit pretty good, and they certainly hold you in place. Fitted with side airbags as well. It has curtain airbags up top, and I found it unique that actually SRS airbag is embossed into the headliner material. Like I said, 6-speed dual clutch automatic with your shift pattern noted on top. You just, when you have it down in drive, you pop it to the right to switch over to manual mode, and it actually has paddle shifters as well if you choose to drive it that way. 7,000 RPM red line, but most of the time it shifts about 6,000, 6,250, because the turbos are really starting to run out of steam above that. Speedometer goes to 220. I wouldn't doubt this car is probably capable of 180 plus. It's 485 horsepower for the 2010 model year. They went up in later years for the base car. I think they were closer to 520, and I know there were V-spec models as well that were even higher. This thing's actually fully luxury equipped. It has heated seats, fully electric seats as well, up and down, back and forth, tilt, and lumbar as well. And uniquely enough, I think this is for if I needed to let someone in on the passenger side, for example. There's a button on the side of the seat there to allow you to push it forward for someone to sit in the back behind it. Manual handbrake. Start-stop button is in the middle here. Cup holders you can hide away. Large center armrest with a storage bin. Then you have some unique to the GT-R switches here, which the left one controls your differential lock stages, your center one controls your suspension comfort, and the right one is your traction control. Pretty basic Nissan controls everywhere else apart from the screen up top, which I'll show you in a couple of minutes here. Nothing special of note in the trunk, but I will show you under the hood. The VR38 DETT, dual overhead cam injected twin turbo, 3.8 liter VR series 6-cylinder engine. 2 air boxes, 2 mass airflow sensors, basically 2 of everything except the computer. I noticed this car actually has a aftermarket coolant overflow tank, but beyond that, carbon fiber composite for the some of the frame and the core support up front here. Battery access in the back, brake booster and fluid access back there. It's very tidy in here, actually. It doesn't look too awful to work on depending on what you're trying to do. But it's very, very, very peppy. And I mean, gray would definitely be a color I would choose. It's easy to keep clean and looks awesome, awesome, awesome with these bronze wheels. Really does. But they came in other colors over the years. I know they came with reds, dark blues, blacks, whites. Don't know what other special colors there were. Give you a little close-up of the aftermarket tips on the mufflers on this exhaust. I am not sure what brand that is. Anyone who does know, I'll reach out in the comments, let me know. Gosh, I've been driving this thing around for the last day and a half, and I've been really enjoying it. I couldn't own one because I'm a bit big for the seats, and this particular one is set up a bit loud and stiff. Well, they probably all ride pretty stiff, honestly. For my liking, I'm more of a big soft car kind of guy with that twin turbo Mercedes I had before. Fast but comfortable, you know. But this thing is an absolute scream to drive. I can't wait to show you guys. So here, let's show you the inside quick and fire it up, let you hear it. Doors sound pretty solid. This one's got just under 50,000 miles on it. Here we go. So, gauges are pretty simple. You've got your gear display in the top right corner. You've got your temperature, fuel level, tachometer, speedometer, and you've got some other things you can cycle through here. Digital speed, mile per gallon, mile per hour, time in miles on the tank, etc. Fuel range, and outside temperature, and some menu settings you can play through as well, and live mile per gallon. So now I'll show you that center screen and all the things it can do. So, this is one of the main screens that I tend to look at while I'm driving it around, and the owner does the same thing. Shows you many different pieces of information. There are 4 custom menus you can set up to show whatever gauges you want. And then there's these preset A through G ones, so I'll show you those. So this one shows acceleration Gs, braking Gs, cornering, and so this one's really unique. Based on what speed you're going in the top right corner and what gear you're in, it'll tell you where you are in the RPM range relative to other gears. So if you were to downshift, basically if you were going a certain speed into a corner, it kind of helps you strategize what gear you'd want to downshift into for that corner, which is pretty freaking cool. So let's say, you know, you're coming down into a corner in the middle of 5th gear and it's a 30-mile-an-hour corner. You could downshift all the way to 2nd gear, no trouble, and be able to accelerate out with, you know, the most torque. Just an example. You can monitor fuel efficiency over time, lap times. You actually have a button on the wheel here, start, stop, which will run that, and a mark button that's actually next to that as well to mark lap times. Very cool. And then I guess you can enter in some driver's notes. I wonder if it's, you know, audio recordings or whatnot. I'm not quite sure, but I haven't played with that. Then as far as the custom ones that are set up, you've got a boost gauge with your engine oil temperature on here. You've got the basic one I've been watching, which has most of your important things: coolant trans, engine oil and pressure, and trans pressure, and your torque split, which is really cool. Other things you could display on the screen: status would show you, well, what audio you happen to have on at the time. You can change your brightness on and up and down and turn off the screen as well. You can also look at your whole navigation system. It does actually have one. It seems to be, well, accurate enough, and it's totally usable. It's really not all that bad at all. And like I say, the audio system in here is really phenomenal. You do have home link in the mirror. Like I said, it's full of luxury features. Sunglass holder, dome lights, etc. Non-extending visors, but you know, they come down about this far down the side of the car, and they seem to do their job just fine. And yeah, it has a back seat. It's not very big. Both front seats are touching the back seats right now, and I'm comfortable where I'm sitting. Those are full leather back there. I noticed they're not suede. And then you've got your subwoofers for the Bose audio right there. So yeah, it packs quite a punch in here. Okay, well, now I'm gonna set up the cameras and we'll go for a drive. All right, we're gonna go for a ride in the GT-R. Random guy just came up to me while I was sitting here, right as I was about to pull off before, and was talking to me about the car. Want to take some pictures of it? So I'm like, heck yeah, dude, take the pictures. All right, let's do this. So, 2010 Nissan GT-R. This is actually super cool because as long as I've known about these cars, which is basically since they came out in 2007, I've never had a chance to check one out up close. And granted, yeah, I think it was just my own personal, like, yeah, it's a computer on wheels. I'm more for cars that have a feel to them, you know? But I'm glad that I checked this out because it has shockingly amazing road feel. It's really easy to drive. It's super tame if you're not laying into it. You can drive it day to day without issue if you can deal with, you know, only having a small space. But I fit in here just fine. You can see from the camera view, you know, I got this seat set up for me, but this is only for 2 people. You can't put anyone in the back who has legs. And I'm not kidding. There's no room back there. We're gonna pop this in manual mode. I'm gonna pull out. Give her some stank. Okay, ready? honestly, I mean, yeah, the exhaust makes noise, sure, but I think there's more noise, road noise from the tires than there is drone from the exhaust, just cruising at normal speeds here, you know. I was mentioning before how much fun it is to just kind of nail it. Woo! It is a scream. It has so much torque. I mean, it just builds so fast. There's so little lag in the turbos and in the throttle. It's amazing. You saw it had to take a second to think about shifting down there. I mean, I planted my foot to the floor and you saw it shift down 3 times, but it's so fast. Anything it lacks in downshifting or upshifting speed. Granted, the shift speed itself is actually really fast. I don't know exactly what it is. It's probably somewhere around 100 milliseconds. Typical of a dual clutch out of like a VW GT-I or even modern Ferraris and stuff like that. But it's shocking. Nissan engineered a pretty formidable thing here. You know, the same people who make Altimas and Rogues and Pathfinders and other not so fantastic feeling vehicles with CVT transmissions, things that cripple otherwise decent vehicles as they are. I'm gonna take this corner quick. Yeah, no drama there. The car doesn't lean over in corners at all. It has, I believe it actually has thicker sway bars on it as well compared to factory. They do their job quite well. I didn't feel any body roll whatsoever. Take this corner here too. Perfect, my own little slice of time to nail it. Okay, well, here we go. Holy smokes, it's fast. Wow. Well, I just wanted to share a couple of clips, other clips of driving with you there. Other than that, I'm going to sign this off and, yeah, look forward to the next video, guys.